If you ever want to be humbled, just go to Miami. I stayed in Miami for 3 days before going on my first ever solo cruise and my first ever cruise with MSC, and I had such a great time. I stayed at the Generator, which is a hostel located in South Beach, and honestly, y'all, it's more like a resort. It's amazing. And it's only a few steps away from the beach, and Miami is just gorgeous. This was actually my second time ever in Miami, so I knew exactly where to go to get some snacks before my cruise. And one of my things that I love about Miami is the fact that they have so many of these kosher stores. They have so many snacks I've never seen before, so it's the perfect place to go get some stuff before the cruise. Now, this day I did end up going out to dinner with some of my friends that I made at my hostel, but I didn't get any footage because I wanted to have a nice intimate moment with them, and honestly, it was a great night. Alright, y'all, so I'm signing off for the day. This was day 2 of the longest trip I've ever taken in my adult life, and also the first trip I've taken in 2023, and I'm really thankful. I've had a great night. I'm a little tipsy. I'm gonna go watch some TV and go to sleep because I am going to the Everglades tomorrow, or at least part of the Everglades, and I'm going on a tour. Hopefully I'll see a crocodile or alligator. Hopefully I won't get eaten. But thank you guys so much for watching again, and yeah. I've actually wanted to go to the Everglades ever since I was a young child because my parents actually got me this nature book for kids when I was very, very young in elementary school, and it really intrigued me. But y'all, I had absolutely no idea that I would enjoy it this much. It was absolutely beautiful, and the guides were so passionate about the nature, the wildlife. It was a great time.
Water levels throughout the Everglades are very shallow. On average, you're really only looking at about 8 to 12 inches of water out here in the grasslands, this big wide open area, which is only about that deep. It's about a foot of water. Now these airboats, they're very unique. They require very little to no water at all to function. So it makes them the perfect type of vessel for accessing this type of shallow water. And folks, the water here is also all fresh water. And this is basically just accumulated rain. There's no tide system out here like there is in the ocean. The water levels will just go up or down, just depending on how much rain we get. Of the summertime, that's our rainy season, and it rains almost every single day out here. At that point, water levels rise up to a maximum. Then now in the wintertime, it's a total opposite. It doesn't really rain too much, so the water levels will then slowly drop. However, the Everglades does have areas where the water is brackish and salt water. That is just found closer towards the outside. Ready, folks? We're going to go ahead and continue with the walking part of the tour.
All right.
Folks, so just start taking those shoes and socks off.
You lead the way, we'll follow you.
We'll start off with ladies first. Okay?
The Everglades tour was really nice. The boat wasn't as loud as I expected it to be. It could have been a lot louder, like that's what I thought, but it wasn't. But honestly, we saw like maybe 5 to 6 alligators. It was really beautiful out there. The boat like tour captain was really informative. And it's definitely something like I would do again, just like maybe like a different park, because there's like a bunch of different like Everglades parks and stuff. He was our other like tour guide was telling me how like you have like, you know, Everglades National Park, and then like within it it's like a bunch of different smaller parks. So I would do it again, but like with a different park. And now apparently we're getting an alligator show, so that ought to be cool. But this is definitely a really cool experience, and I'm just honestly really grateful that I got to experience this for free thanks to Expedia. So thank you, Expedia, if you're watching this. Thank you so much, because being able to experience this really just shows me that there's so much to do in Miami and in Florida. And every time I come to Miami now for a cruise, I have to come a few days before because, I mean, there's so much to do.
But I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess
Y'all, I just kissed the alligator. Not really, but I did take a picture with one. This is a really, really nice park. If you're someone who just loves nature, if you love just observation and looking at things and learning about things and stuff, this is definitely something you would enjoy. I think the tickets were around like $40 for adults, and they were a little cheaper for kids. But I'm trying to find the food because I do want to try some alligator. So we got to find the food. So y'all, again, the Everglades is, or the Everglades are, is, I don't know. But the Everglades is really beautiful. I'm at the restaurant right now at the safari park, and I ordered gator bites and their swamp fries and just a bottle of water. So hopefully it's really good. Um, Everyone says that gator just tastes like chicken, so we'll have to see if it actually just tastes like chicken. But the people in the park are really professional, really kind. Very, very, just like very knowledgeable, obviously, about the Everglades and the wildlife. And honestly, they tell you before the tour, like, there's no guarantee that you'll see any animals or anything like that, which obviously makes sense because it's nature. You can't schedule nature. But we ended up seeing at least like six crocodiles. And then the crocodile show was also really, really cool. Um, this is definitely something I would do again, but I'm really excited for this food because I'm starving. All I had today was a latte, so hopefully the food is good. These gator bites smell like Checkers French fries, literally, and I think they gave me some hot sauce. They said it was really chewy, and like it's slightly chewy, but it's very tender. It's very good. It's juicy too. Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. So officially on board the MSC Seascape, and I have only seen literally like 2% of the ship, but it is so beautiful, y'all. Like none of the videos I watched did it justice. Like, and it's also like I knew it was a big ship, y'all, but like this ship is huge. Like it is huge, huge. So so far, when people say that MSC is a very international cruise line, like they're not lying. Like MSC, I have heard more languages other than English than I have English, which me personally I really like because that tells me that I'm most likely going to interact as well as meet people from so many different countries. I've heard like some like Russian type of like Slavic languages. I've obviously heard Italian. I've heard a bunch of Spanish. I've heard some German. I've heard some English. Not English. I've heard some Asian languages, but it's just I don't know. I love just being around so many different cultures and so many different types of people and seeing how they interact. The boarding process was relatively simple. It took less than like maybe 30, 45 minutes. Security and everything was like it took way less time than like Royal Caribbean. For those of you who don't know, MSC doesn't have necessarily like their own cruise terminal right now. They're currently building a brand new cruise terminal in Miami. So I can't wait for that to be completed because I know it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so beautiful. I can just tell. The crew has been really helpful already. Once I walked in on the ship, I mean, and all cruise lines do this, y'all. But once I walked on the ship, they have a bunch of staff members, everywhere scattered out to help you, answer your questions, things of that nature. And also that way, guest services doesn't get bombarded with a whole bunch of people, especially if they have simple questions. But I ran into this lady. She was so beautiful, y'all. Like so beautiful, so classy. She was just amazing. She told me her name was Fifi. She's definitely going to be probably my favorite staff member on this cruise ship because she was just not only so helpful, but she complimented my hair and we got to like just talk for a little bit. She was just so sweet and so kind. And yeah, things are relatively simple in terms of the boarding process. A lot of people have told me like, oh, the announcements are annoying because they do them in so different languages. Honestly, you don't really notice it like that. I mean, like me personally, like if they're doing it in Spanish or another language, I'm just like, oh, okay. Like I kind of tune it out because I don't understand what they're saying, so it's not like a big deal. But I'm definitely gonna show you guys my room and stuff. My room isn't anything like crazy spectacular. I don't have a balcony or like a suite or anything like that. But this room is gorgeous. Like this room is so gorgeous. And the lighting is great. Like, yeah, look at this lighting. Like this is perfect for vlogging. Like, so if you're watching this and you want to go on the seascape, you're gonna be good if you try to film some content. And I already know like I have to take some videos and put them on my external drive because I'm already like filling up my iPhone storage. But yeah, y'all, I'm so excited to take y'all on the second part of my vacation and on this journey with MSC. And I'm just so thankful that for like the next 7 days, I can just have a great time and just have a good time and not have to worry about like paying for food and this. And I know I want to try like the Mexican restaurant because they have like a deal. I think it's like $17 for like all you can eat. So I know I want to do that, but I don't plan on like really indulging in like excursions or these specialty restaurants or anything like that. At least not for this time because I really just want to experience it up front. I do have a drink package because it was included in my cruise, and it is the Easy Plus package. So it's like their middle tier alcohol package. They have the Easy package, which is like basic. They have the Easy Plus, which is what I have, which is like a little bit more, and then they have the premium package, which is like everything. And so I think I can get drinks up to like $9 and like beers up to like 12 or something like that. I'm so excited. Oh my god, I just realized that this ship has a chocolate bar, y'all. And not like a chocolate bar, like a chocolate bar. They have a bar for chocolate. And I think it's called Vinky. Um I have to go check that out because I know it probably smells so amazing. But yeah, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm so excited. Thank you. At the time of this cruise, the MSC Seascape was actually MSC's newest ship in their entire fleet, and you could tell because the ship was beautiful and everything was brand new. And honestly, y'all, compared to all the negative reviews that I saw, the service was actually phenomenal. Good morning, YouTube. It is day 2 of the cruise. Unfortunately, yesterday my phone just got filled up with way too many videos, so I couldn't record because I had no storage. So unfortunately, a lot of the night last night I couldn't record. I did get a few clips in there here and there, but it just didn't work out. Today we are docked at Ocean Key, which is MSC's private island. I already got a look at it from the view at the buffet, and it is really beautiful, and it's honestly like the perfect size. I'm just looking forward today to relaxing, swimming, kayaking, that type of vibe, having some drinks, and really just having a really nice beach day and take some pictures. So come and join me for the ride, y'all. So a lot of people have been saying that the food on MSC isn't good. So far the food has been fine. It's nothing spectacular, but it's definitely not as bad as a lot of people have said it is. Last night I was actually really surprised because they had some what do you call it? They had like essentially baked macaroni and cheese, but they just called it baked pasta. And I wasn't expecting it to be anything special, but no, like it was actually delicious. It was really good. So it's not perfect, but it's definitely not horrible. Not horrible at all. Going to MSC's private island Ocean Key has ended up becoming one of my absolute favorite things about sailing with MSC overall. I have gone 2 times since this sailing that you're watching, and I have enjoyed myself every single time. All right, y'all. So it is still day 2 on board the MSC Seascape, and it has been a very relaxing day on their private island, Ocean Key. If you are someone who loves nature, if you love like picnicking, if you love just hanging out, if you just want to have a nice, relaxing day like in the park, that is really what Ocean Key is for. I mean, they have a bunch of activities. You can go jet skiing, you can go kayaking, paddleboarding, so on and so forth. There's plenty of activities. However, if you just want to chill out and relax, you can do that too. And it's also really easy to go on and off the ship. And you're here for so long that, like for me earlier, I was swimming and snorkeling, and I had to go back on the ship to go fix my hair and like freshen up and stuff like that. And I just went right back on the island. So it's really easy. And then on top of that, unfortunately, we're leaving at like 6 p.m., but they have itineraries where they stay overnight at Ocean Key, and they have like parties and things like that. So it's really cool. Right now, I'm actually in the back of the ship in the adults only section, which is really gorgeous. This is actually my favorite part of the ship personally, just because it looks like a building from behind. It looks like a building that's literally just on top of like a really flat ship, if that makes sense. and it's just such a cool architectural like design in my opinion. And then on top of that, you have these gorgeous views. So let's enjoy the rest of the day and enjoy our time on the MSC Seascape. All right, y'all. So I'm about to go see if I can still get dinner. My dining time is 5:15. It's almost 6 o'clock right now. There was no way I was gonna make it to dinner on time because I was by the pool taking pictures. So hopefully they let me in. Just because I have a feeling, just because MSC takes certain things like very seriously, so it would make sense to me if they wouldn't let me eat, and I would just go up to the buffet. But we'll have to see. What's up, y'all? So we are obviously on the MSC Seascape. This right now is deck 5, I believe, or deck 6. I think it's deck 5, but the other half of deck 5. It's really loud right now because it's jumping. There's a whole bunch of people right now, but right now it smells so good because I am right next to Vinky, which is the chocolate bar here on board, where they pretty much just create a whole bunch of different chocolate creations. I was trying to get a picture before because they had one of the staff members like shaving this dress on this woman made out of chocolate. And it looked really cool, but it's just, y'all, the smell in here, it is delicious. All right, y'all. So I'm about to enter the Cora Theater for their show, which is going to be Dreamscape. The show yesterday, I forgot the name of it. It had something to do with the ocean, but honestly, I personally really like that a lot better than Royal Caribbean, just for the main fact that on Royal Caribbean, I felt like they were trying to push a lot of their performers and entertainers to do things outside of their skill set, with all due respect. Like there was people who almost fell, there's people that could have hurt themselves, things of that nature. Whereas I feel like with MSC, the thing that really stands out, at least for me personally, is the fact that like yesterday, instead of having 5 or 6 singers that could sing decently, they had 2 very powerful singers who sung the entire show. And then the dancers weren't giving you that basic like basic free show type of dance skills. Like they actually were seemed to be skilled, trained dancers, and they gave a really good performance. And I personally really enjoyed it. I thought the singing was brilliant. It was a quick show too. It was only about 30 minutes. And my favorite thing about MSC is that they have multiple different shows. It's not just the same like 2 shows the entire cruise. So I'm really excited to see what they're showing us tonight. All right, y'all. So another day on board the MSC Seascape, and I am currently in their lounge, which is the Uptown Lounge, and it is beautiful. I'm actually about to do some trivia. I came a little late to the first round of trivia, so I'm going to participate in the second round of trivia. It was really fun. We have a cute group of people here who are interested in trivia. We're actually currently docked in Nassau. If you don't know, Nassau is one of the most popular like Caribbean ports, if not the most popular. So if you've been on a cruise to the Caribbean, you've most likely been in Nassau. Me personally, it's just a little too touristy for me, so I'm deciding to stay on the ship. So I'm gonna check out some of the smaller activities that they have on the ship while we're in port. Then I'm gonna go check out the pool and hang out by the pool and stuff like that. All right, y'all. So it is another day on board the MSC Seascape, and I am currently having dinner in the Green Wave restaurant. As per usual, the service has been impeccable. The drinks are very good. Today, I actually ordered the surf and turf. The filet mignon, didn't really eat it. Wasn't my favorite. Wasn't the best. And the lobster was slightly overcooked, but still good. Excuse me. I had the lobster bits as my appetizer, and that was also very good. So overall, out of all the nights that I've been here so far, this has been, I guess you could say, the most disappointing meal. But it was still a good meal nonetheless. The lobster was just a little overcooked, and the filet mignon, just whatever sauce they had going on with the filet mignon, just wasn't for me. And the lobster bisque was very good, and it was actually my first time having lobster bisque, so it was very, very good. So again, my my first impressions of MSC's food have been very, very high, which is surprising because I've heard so many reviews on MSC's food not being the best. However, I've been just so surprised, especially this morning. I had breakfast in the main dining room or the Green Wave restaurant, and the breakfast was delicious. I had an omelet with bacon, and then I on the side, and then I also had like hash browns and a latte. It was really, really nice. And also for breakfast, I don't know if this is something they do just for breakfast and lunch, but I was actually sitting with other people, which was really nice. So far, I've been really impressed with the food on MSC. This makes me actually want to try their specialty restaurants a lot more because the free food has been so good. Hello, everybody. So it is day 4 on board the MSC Seascape, and I have been loving my trip so far with MSC. As I have said in previous vlogs, I definitely see myself cruising with MSC again in the future. I really enjoy how international both the staff and the guests are. The food has been very good. The service has been excellent. The interior design is just absolutely stunning, and the architecture on the ship is also equally stunning. And I'm overall just having a good time. I'm actually having lunch right now in the Green Wave restaurant. Lunch on the Seascape is only available for about an hour every day, so I wanted to make sure that I was able to experience it today because I missed it the other days. I actually had to go run up to my room and go get my Bo9 because I was feeling a little seasickness. Today is our first sea day, so we don't have any port stops. We're just on the open water. Um, the water isn't necessarily rough right now, but it is a sea day, so we do feel the ship rocking a little bit. And I just got a little bit of seasickness, and I almost got sick, so I had to run up to my room to go get my medicine. But if you guys are worried about seasickness when on a cruise, I definitely recommend Dramamine, which is an motion sickness reducer. However, it does cause you to be a little bit drowsy, which is why some people don't like it. I also have Bo9, which is non-drowsy, which is like the same as Dramamine. And then I can't really show you, but right now I'm actually wearing motion sickness patches that release medicine over the hours. So there's plenty of ways to get around motion sickness, and it also depends on where you are in the ship, y'all. So if that's something you're worried about when it comes to cruising, there's definitely ways to get about it.
Out of the now 6 cruises that I have been on, this cruise still has had the best ports that I have ever been to, simply because they had more to offer than your just standard typical tourist attractions. I actually enjoyed my time in both San Juan and Puerto Plata. However, I was pleasantly surprised to see that I enjoyed my time in the Dominican Republic way more. I left this cruise a little confused, but for the right reasons. Where was the cruise line that everyone told me about that was horrible and had bad service and disgusting food? Because that wasn't what I experienced. I had such a great time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.